Hey everyone, this is Howard Crampton Jr. I want to share another video with you, some more thoughts that I've been thinking about in the context of relationships. But first, I want to ask you a few questions, and the concept of this video is in regard to thoughts or even beliefs that we've adopted, embraced, maybe patterns of thoughts that we think and have thought of over time. And I want to ask you, have you ever stopped to think, where do these thoughts come from? And what are my beliefs about life? What are my beliefs about people or about relationships in the context of this video in relationships? What are my beliefs around relationships? And are these beliefs and thoughts, are they even mine? And where did they come from? Now there's a story I want to share about a couple who was preparing for a Thanksgiving dinner. And the husband looks over and he sees his wife cutting the ends off of the end of a ham before she puts it in the pan. And he says, you know, honey, how come you always cut the ends off of the ham and they're still good, we can eat them? And she says, you know, my mom always did it. I don't know why. Let's give her a call. So they call mom, ask mom, Mom, why do you cut the ends off of the ham? She says, you know, I don't know. I always used to see her grandmother do it, so I just started doing it too. Why don't you call her and find out? So then they call grandma. Grandma, why do you always cut the ends off of the ham? And she says, you know, I used to think the same thing until I asked her great-grandmother one day. And she told me it was because the pans that they used to have were so small that the ham would not fit into it. So they would have to cut the ends off of the ham to make it fit and then to put it into the oven. So these same beliefs happen with us, about relationships especially. Now whether you grow up with a relationship where your parents maintain the relationship or marriage, or a separated family, a broken family, and maybe you heard your parents speak things over and over again, or maybe your aunts and uncles or other friends or family members about their experiences in their own relationships, and maybe even one that, like, passion does not last forever, or intimacy does not last forever, right? After so long, you just get used to each other, and the passion just always dies. But this person is your best friend, so you know you make it work. You find ways to make it work. And that is so far from the truth. And I don't want to say wrong, but if you're the type of person that is hopeful and maybe that fairy tale relationship is what you dream about, then it is wrong for you, okay? These thoughts that you believe, you know, that passion dies and intimacy dies, and you believe that, right? Because people have said it over and over and over again. And even beyond that is you can look to references where that's happened. Everybody in your family, all of your friends, the intimacy has died, right? Maybe people on TV, you've seen intimacy die before them, and all they do is they bicker and they fight, and then they make up, and then they do it all over again, right? So we have all these references saying, well, it's true because I've seen it. And it's not true. It's just your reality because it's what you've seen. It's what you've known in the past up until now. Well, now I'm here to tell you that that is not the truth, because you can find references to people who have the most successful relationships and they still have so much passion. The intimacy is still there between them. And if you want, you can find them. They're out there. You just have to be open to seeing them, okay? So I want to ask you, what are the thoughts or what are the beliefs that you have around relationships? And maybe even your partner, of who they are. Who do you believe that they are and what they're even capable of doing? If you don't believe that your husband or wife is capable of a successful relationship, then what you're going to do is set them up to be failures, because you've already accepted that about them. And that belief is not them. Their actions are not them. They may have shown patterns of doing certain things that may have worked against the relationship in the past, but they do it for a reason, okay? But it doesn't mean that's who they are. Everybody can change. And the other saying too, that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, BS. Because I have dogs that are about 11, 13, 14 years old right now too, and they learn new tricks. We teach them new tricks, and it's just about reinforcement as part of it, okay? So think about that. What are my thoughts? What are my beliefs about relationships? Can they last forever? And even in lasting forever, can intimacy last forever? And passion last forever? And what are my beliefs about my partner? You know, just because they've been doing things a certain way, do I still see them for more than what they've been doing in the past? Don't you do that with your kids if you have kids? Right? You see them as more than what they do. They get in trouble, but you know that they're better than that. And your husband and your wife is the same exact way. Okay, so I want you to really reach out to my program. It's a 5-week relationship education and divorce prevention program. It's called Reunite with Passion, and we go in depth in discovering what your core values are in your life and what your partner's values are too, and understanding those. We move through having more presence in the relationship and having playfulness and intimacy, aligning you guys' visions, and then there's a really important key too, which is the forgiveness and compassion part of your past, right? And letting that go and moving forward. And I know for some of you, and the things that have happened in the past, it might seem really hard to forgive. And I'm not here to say that, it's easy. I know it's difficult, and I know it can be hard, but it's possible. That's what I want to share with you. But you have to have that belief about yourself that you can change, that you're better than what you've been doing in the past. All right? So go to howardcramptonjr.com. Click on the Reunite with Passion tab. You can find more information. Also be on alert on Facebook. I'm going to be launching my new website soon. This weekend I'm recording a bunch of video marketing modules for you to help inform you and educate you too before you join the program. I hope that this is enough. I hope what I've shared is just a little piece within you, maybe that you've recognized or felt pain in the past. And that's enough for you to say, you know what, I see that passion in you, Howard, and I trust you. You've seen the testimonials that I have, and you know that you can do it too, okay? So howardcramptonjr.com, click on the Reunite with Passion tab, or just call me at 661-524-6093. That's 661-524-6093, and just schedule your consultation. Let's just have a conversation. 30 minutes for free, just to get an idea of where you're at and where you want to go, and I'll give you some free tools just to get started, all right? Again, 661-524-6093, or go to howardcramptonjr.com. Click on the Reunite with Passion tab, and you'll see an email, info@howardcramptonjr.com, that you can schedule your consultation there too. All right, I look forward to seeing you around the website, online, on Facebook. Friend me, let's have conversations, let's build this community, and I look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.